to Monday Morning Magic. Monday mornings, Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. My name is Coach B, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. Want to say good morning to everyone. Hope your day is going well. Hope your weekend went well. Hope your week went well. Let's do what we came to do. Uh, so today's topic is discipline. Discipline. Wow, I have so much to say about this topic, and you might say, Coach B, what does this have to do with coaching? If you don't know, I am a life coach, and I definitely believe in and assist my coachees in the importance of discipline. So let's talk about it. But before we go any further, let me check in with people to find out how their week is going. And you can feel free to leave a comment on Facebook as we are live simultaneously, Facebook and YouTube. If you hit the StreamYard link, it'll allow you to leave a comment. And if you leave a comment, we could post it just like this. Either to have the YouTube emblem or the Facebook emblem, but we can post your comment if you leave a comment, if you comment while we are going live. So let me just take that down. That was for the purpose of an illustration. Again, we are streaming, yes, live both on YouTube and Facebook. So hit the StreamYard link, which is in the description, both on YouTube and Facebook. How to reach me on YouTube? Coach B dash the CEO. Please subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. I really appreciate the comments. I do read the comments. I love when we get new subscribers or new watchers. It lets me know that the information is important, that people are enjoying it. So please, and even if you're doing it on a replay, I appreciate that too. And again, like I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I can see that people are viewing it a lot on Facebook. We're trying to get the YouTube numbers up. The description does matter. We're into algorithms, and the more people subscribe, the more the video goes up the chain, and it'll pop up on different lines so people can know what I'm doing, what I'm up to. I'm here to serve the public. Again, my name is Coach B, the CEO, co-creator of Extraordinary Outcomes. My week. I didn't tell you about my week. So yesterday, I'll start backwards. Yesterday, I had the great honor of sitting and listening to a jazz concert, which was really nice. In my neighborhood, they do the Charlie Parker annual jazz festival or concert, whichever one you want to call it. But it's very relaxing to sit outdoors, be with like-minded people who enjoy music, and just want to sit, bathe in the sun, and listen to some jazz. I had an opportunity to meet up with some friends, go out and have brunch and sit by the water. That was really nice down at City Vineyard. That was really nice over there on the Hudson. And then in the earlier part of my week, I had the opportunity to hang out with my son-in-law. Next week, I have more information. I'll have a special guest with me next Monday for Monday Morning Magic. And I'll tell you more about that next Monday, about my special guest. However, being with my special guest this week um, had me thinking about discipline. What is discipline? Why is discipline important, especially in personal and professional development and in other areas of our life? In other areas of our lives. Why is that so important? I want to make sure that I have my comments on so if they come up, I can see it. Why is that so important? So let's take a look at what discipline means. So discipline train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. Now, when I reflected on discipline, like I said, I was with my special guest. Y'all see my special guest next Monday. But when I was with my special guest, it made me think about how I was raised to do certain things and how I took how I was raised and tried to, I'm looking for a nice way to say it. How that discipline was passed down, that would be the more adequate way to say it. So, growing up, discipline meant either a punishment or a punishment. So, in my household growing up, you got punished if you didn't act a certain way. You got punished if you didn't do something the right way. You got punished if you if it was perceived that you were showing a lack of respect to authority. There was some punishment that came with discipline. And, and because that was the way that we were socially. So when I was looking up the definition today for that time, my career path, depending on what my education status was. So, right, there's education that goes behind there, and there's work experience that comes. Is the other discipline, the one that I to personal development and professional development. And that is the discipline where one trains themselves to do something in a controlled and habitual way. Why is that so important? Why is that so important? Without discipline, I'm not talking about the punishment. Without discipline, many things cannot be accomplished. And the word discipline gets a negative connotation because a lot of times it's associated with punishment. So when a person is conditioned and a person is disciplined and they have good habits, people think that their lives are boring, that they don't have freedom. And I'm here to talk about something slightly different today. I want to talk about how having discipline, the type that I'm describing now, when you train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way, how that has increased my freedom, how that has increased my income, how that has increased my peace of mind. And I'll give you two or three examples and then I'm going to close out. One is, how did it increase my peace of mind? When I had discipline and I was able to control myself in a way that I could be poised enough to handle sticky situations, I had less stress. I had more freedom. So notice what I just said. When I practice discipline, I'm poised enough to handle sticky situations because I'm not rattled and I'm not all over the place and I'm not being reactionary. I'm responding from a place of self control, self awareness. When I have self discipline, that means I have a schedule that I can live by. And what it allows me to do is say yes or no concretely in a tangible way, whether or not I can be someplace, be somewhere without feeling the guilt of no, I can't show up. Because whatever I'm committed to, I'm committed to. Unless something changes that changes the commitment, then I have to do what? Be responsible enough to let the person know, oh, some factors came up that weren't present when I made that commitment. Can I renew my commitment? Can we agree upon a new commitment? And what that does is give other people respect. I'm respecting myself, and it creates a more harmonious relationship. So my relationships improve both professionally and personally. And then because I have that type of structure, if you will, in my life, I have the freedom to come and go somewhat, and I say somewhat as I please, because just like anybody else, there can be some unforeseen circumstances that show up that I have to deal with. But majority of the time, my day is my day. And still, when those unforeseen circumstances come up, I get the opportunity to decide how I want to manage that. Now, let's get to the work experience. And like I said, a lot of times I come here and I really don't talk about my success. And I need to practice talking about my success. The discipline afforded me to start and manage my business. And that has been what we might call a game changer to start and to be able to manage my business. So I am an entrepreneur. I coach people for a living. I have a training program for those who want to pursue their KSAT, for those who want to become a recovery coach, and I coach people. Now, what's so wonderful about this discipline is that during my career, I put in a lot of hours per week, and I've been able to work part time and amass the same salary or better part time versus full time. And so I make more, I work less. I make more, I earn more, and I work less. And all of that came from a place of discipline. Discipline. I had a dream, I had a goal, and I had that dream and I had that goal for so long. And I didn't know how to put the dream into action. I didn't know how to materialize the dream. It was in my heart, it was in my mind, it was in my spirit. And I didn't know who to go to, who to talk to, um, who would be my role model. How could I make this happen? How can I do this? But ironically enough, what happened for me was I started doing the behind the scenes things, which meant that I needed to sit down and create some stuff, a product, right? As I said, I do trainings and coaching. I needed to create a product that I could teach people who had an interest in becoming a counselor or a recovery coach. But that didn't happen by wishful thinking. It happened by, Lila, you got to create the curriculum. Lila, you have to sit down and create the work. Lila, you have to do the footwork. Lila, you have to, Coach B, uh, you have to go out there and do the footwork. You got to go do the research. You have to, not have to, let me change that. Let me rewind that. Lila, you get to do the footwork. You get to make sure that you have a legitimate business. You get to register your business with New York State. You get to be a vendor. You get to write a curriculum. And underneath that, I had to be somebody. And I had, well, let me take the word had, and that's so funny, right? Because that word had, we're disciplined in that way to say the word had all the time. I got to, and I get to, right, to create a lifestyle. Yes, do I need to comply? Yes, I need to comply with the government. So if there's documentation, I get to write that documentation. I get to say, hey, let me get an EIN number. Got it. I want to be a vendor. What do I need to do? I get to do this to become a vendor. I get to do this because I studied, because I have the education, because I work in the industry. I get the opportunity right now to put all of those things together that I've learned and amassed over the last 30 something years. And I get to pour into people and help them so that they can pour into people. We get together and we create because we want to pour into people and serve them highly. But none of that happens without discipline. Without discipline, I get to have a say so in my life, unlike when I was younger. I get to have discipline without the weight of feeling punished, without the weight, the emotional weight, the mental weight of feeling punished, because I now understand that discipline is when I train myself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. And for me, it has paid off tremendously, tremendously in my personal life and my professional development. It has paid off tremendously. So, my coaching question for the audience, and I have two today, is what discipline can you practice today to assist you in moving towards your goals? And the second question, what discipline can you incorporate to improve your quality of life? And it might sound like those are two of the same questions, but sometimes, right? Sometimes just hearing the word goal, because I hear people say stuff like, I don't make goals. I don't, I don't set up New Year's resolutions. Those are no good, this and that. And the other. People got stories about goals. On the other hand, there's something that people might want to improve in terms of the quality of their life. If it's not about goals for you, what can you improve in the quality of your life that if you had discipline, your life would be much better? You can leave a comment, you can share. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. But do yourself a favor. Take some time out. Think about these two questions. And I'm curious to know this. What does discipline mean to you? What does discipline mean to you? What's your relationship? What is your mindset What is your emotional tie to the word discipline? Do you see discipline as a positive? Do you see it as a barrier, an obstacle? Do you see it as a negative? Or do you see it as freedom? Does discipline bring you freedom? Does it bring you peace of mind? Does it increase your income capacity? I would really love to hear from you in the comments. In the comments. Yeah, in the comments. Leave a comment. I would really love to hear from you about your mindset as it relates to discipline. This has been. Hi, my name is